So I'm going over exactly how the 401k plan works. Okay. And so if you're watching this today, I want to make sure real quick that my mics are on, everything is working. And I'm going to share my screen. So you should be able to see this in just 1 second. Boom. All right, here we go. So I want to break down exactly how 401k plans work. If you're watching this today and you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Jerry. I'm the owner of Wealth Dynamics, and I'm excited to be going over this with you. And really, my goal today is to break down exactly how the 401k works, whether it's a good idea, whether it's not, go over the numbers. A couple of days ago, I actually posted about the 401, and I got a lot of great questions, a lot of great feedback. But the thing that I was seeing unanimously is I was seeing that people are still really locked up in this concept and idea that the 401k is the only way to go and that the math totally makes sense. So I'm breaking down exactly what we're looking at here. Now, before we talk about the 401k, I want to first talk about what is deferred compensation, right? And a 401k is a deferred compensation plan. And a 401k being a deferred compensation plan means that a 401k is not a thing. Okay, it's a classification of another thing. So when I hear 401k, a lot of us have this concept that it's this really like tangible thing. It's really just a tax code. A 401k is a type of deferred compensation plan. So let's break this down. What is a deferred compensation plan? This is from Investopedia. So if you want to look this up, you can. A deferred compensation plan is a portion of an employee's compensation that is set aside to be paid at a later date. Let's go over that again really quick. A 401k is a portion of an employee's compensation that is set aside to be paid at a later date. In most cases, taxes on this income are deferred until it is paid out. Forms of deferred compensation plans include retirement plans, pension plans, stock option plans. That includes your 401k. So this idea, really quick on the match, I want to cover that first. This idea that my employer match is actually free money. It's not. It's my compensation being deferred. All of the income, it's a portion of my income, meaning that when I put my money in the 401k, I am deferring my income, which also means when my employer puts a match in the 401k, they are also deferring my income. What that means is I'm being paid less money now, and that income is being put off to a later date. It's not free money. It was my money in the first place. It's being deferred until later, meaning my wage was reduced so that I would have that money tomorrow instead of today. All right. Now, check this out. Let's go over the math and the numbers on this. I broke this down on a table just to make it nice and easy for you. I'm going to zoom this in. Let me shrink my face down here. So I'm going to zoom this in for you. Now, check this out. These are my numbers, okay? So I'm 33 years away from turning 60. When I turn 60, I officially can put my money in my 401k. Okay, prior to 60, I can't take anything out of it, right? So when I turn 60, I can take my money out. If I'm maxing out my 401k, and this is just the gross numbers, if I'm putting in the maximum contribution of $19,500 per year with a 0 rate of return, let's say my average fee that I pay, meaning when I put money in, it costs me something. I pay a fee to put money in my 401. So my fee up front average over the life of doing that is going to be about 3%. My annual management fee on average is going to be about 1.25%. Inflation, let's call that around 3%. Let's say that I'm currently earning $100,000 in income. That puts me in a 22% tax bracket. All of that's kind of minutia. Bottom line is if I put in $19,500 over the next 33 years, I have put $643,000 of my own money into the 401k, right? Now, just that is a big chunk, right? Now, check this out. With 0 growth between my front end fees and my annual fees, my net balance after fees is only 413 grand. So what that means is with no growth, my fees over 33 years costed me $230,000. Guys, that's half of my balance going towards fees, and I haven't even seen any growth yet. The only thing guaranteed in my 401k is that I will pay fees. So I'm telling you, this is what I'm paying. I'm paying $230,000 in fees, right? Now check this out. If I add in growth, right? So I put in my 643. Over the last 33 years, the S&P 500 has returned a 10.42% annualized return. So let's say that was what I paid. Now, I even gave us the benefit of the doubt. We lowered my front end fee down to about 2.5, just because by year 33, my annual fees will be the same, but my front end fees, meaning when I put money in, that chunk coming off the top is going to be slightly lower than maybe prior in the beginning of that plan. So I'm paying 2.5% every time I put in money. I'm paying 1.25% on the entire thing every year. Inflation rate, we're going to keep that at 3%. Now, here's the thing. The tax rate is going to be higher. Taxes have gone up by 1.56.8% every single year. So I took that same exact increase and I said, okay, well, if I'm in a 22% tax rate today, that means that in 33 years, based on the same income, I would be in a 36.9% tax bracket. That's just the regular increase. Now, my gross balance before any fees would grow to 555,000 or 5,555,155. Not bad, right? I put in 643K. I basically almost 10x'd my money. Here's the problem. After fees, that front end fee that comes off and that annual fee, my net balance after fees is only 3.5 million. Guys, I just paid $2 million in fees. Now, if I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, great. Well, I still made money, right? I still have returns to show because I've got $3.5 million in my plan. Well, here's the issue. And I'm going to actually share my phone screen for this. The issue is that my income during this is 100,000. When I start withdrawing money, I'm going to show you guys actually what this looks like. When I start withdrawing money, I am no longer able to just live off $100,000. In 33 years, there's inflation, right? So I have to actually go over the future value of that money. So this is on my phone here. I want to show you guys, if I have $100,000 in income today, right? And 33 years go by and the inflation rate is 3%. That means that if I put in my inflation rate at 3, I actually need $268,000. I'm going to write this down so I can put it on our spreadsheet. I actually need $268,791.17 to maintain the same buying power that I have today. Right? So I can't just live off of the same 100 grand. So let me share this back on my computer desktop. In 33 years, my income needs to be 268,791.17. Now that's just to maintain my standard of living. That's not even like increasing and living wealthy. That's just living on the same buying power that I live on today. So let me ask you this. If I'm taking out 100 grand a year, because that's what I'm living on, and my normal tax rate went from 22% on that 100 grand up to 36% on that 100 grand, what's going to happen when I'm taking out 268,000 instead of 100,000? Because that's what I'm going to be taking out. Right? We could estimate my tax bracket might be double. I might be paying 50% in taxes at that point. So when I actually do the math on this, if I have $3 million left, right? 643 of it was my own money. I still haven't accounted for inflation, right? So if I account for inflation, then that's taking away about a third of my money. We have about a third of my money going towards fees, and then we have about a third of my money going towards taxes. I officially have zero money left. Now my account, yeah, I have money left, but it's basically my principal contribution of inflation adjusted. All I did was keep pace with inflation. So I drew out my money. I've already paid most of this in fees, right? So this is what I paid my cost of fees, 1.9 million off of the 3.5, right? So I've paid a ton in fees already. I'm still going to pay probably half of this in taxes. And then the rest of it is reduction in buying power, inflation. I didn't actually walk away with anything. It's critical to realize this because on my statement, it looks like I have money. I say, oh, I've got 3 million. But the problem is that 3 million is going to run out really fast when 50% of every dollar I pull out goes towards taxes. And I literally have to spend, what is that, 168% more to have the same buying power that I had 33 years ago. My 401k is effectively a savings account. It didn't do anything for me. Okay, so I wanted to really go over the numbers with you today because it's easy to get caught up in all of this jargon and get confused. The bottom line is a 401k is deferred compensation. The money I put in is my compensation being deferred. The money my employer matches me is also my compensation being deferred. There is no free money on the table. I actually am showing you, I will pay $2 million in fees by the time I actually take money out of this thing, with no guarantee of anything, by the way. Right now, the market's more inflated and overvalued than it's ever been. It's going to crash. And I'm basing this off past returns. As we know, past returns are not a guarantee of future, right? None of this is inflation adjusted. I haven't taken my taxes out yet. And I'm riding on the fact that basically my statement looks good. Okay, but the fact is, guys, and this is why I want to share this. Right now, the average retiree is running out of money 10 years after retirement. What that means is post-retirement, I'm finding out I didn't have enough money. Pre-retirement, I think I do. I wouldn't retire if I thought I didn't have enough money. So that means that 100% of retirees think they have enough money, but they're retiring to find out that they don't. Within 10 years, they're running out of income. They're depleting their account. That money's not going to last me very much longer if I've got to pull this much out of it every single year and I'm paying taxes on the balance every time I do that. That's going to deplete quickly. So I hope that this video made sense for you. I hope that the numbers made sense. I hope the breakdown made sense. If you would like to know more about this, reach out to me. Also, you can go to, if you want more content like this, you can go to membership.jerryfetta.com. If you'd like to get more free information like this, I want to encourage you, go check that site out. I teach a course every single week. I upload them here. You can check out my videos, my ebooks, my articles. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all real soon.